What's up, everyone? This is your host, Stefany Sweet.
And your co-host, Nia and Audri.
And you are now tuned in to the GrownupIsh Podcast. Welcome, okay?
Welcome.
Yeah, so this episode, you're going to get the real, raw, and uncut. We're all over the place today because there's just no way. There's no way. And we're going to be honest with you. Guys, we don't have an outline for this one, okay? That's just how.
There's no real direction. Honestly, y'all, just bear with us because I don't know. I don't know what direction this is going to go in.
Yeah, I'm scared. But the point is, okay, there's a lot to be said about the topic, and we're just gonna dive in. Okay, we're just gonna dive in. We're not even gonna ask what's happening this week because we all know what's happening this week. Okay, we all have seen what's been happening this week.
Foolishness and fuckery is happening this week.
Foolishness and fuckery is right. Okay, and we're talking about this whole Derek Jackson debacle. Okay, nonsense, because that's really period.
Where do we start? Where do we start?
I don't even know.
Okay, first and foremost,
so much tea to drink, and I don't know where to start drinking it from. Okay,
who came in and made him guru? Who?
Well, we did over time.
We did. We, y'all, not meaning us, because neither one of us actually follow this man. I
follow him on Facebook. I realized. Yeah.
I shame you.
At one point, I used to like listen to him, or here and there I would listen to him, and I'd just be like, oh, okay, interesting take, And then he became very like, at one point I started to think he was like a bit like snobby in his remarks and how he was like coming across and talking about certain topics, like, better or something. So at that point I was just kind of like, all right. I mean, but he would drop some jewels though. Don't get it twisted.
I am not going to discredit that man in that case. He has dropped some gems. I haven't really ever followed him or listened too much to what he said. I don't know. Something about his energy always was off to me.
Yeah.
Always. Something about his energy was just always off to me. And I am not one of those people that like just won't take advice from men. So it wasn't that it was coming from a man. It was just something was off.
But that's the appealing factor, right? I think that one of the appealing things that women gravitated towards in reference to him is that he is a man giving his perspective and his point of view on situations where we want to know, what is this guy thinking when he does XYZ? Why is this man acting like XYZ? And he would like break things down and say certain things. And it would be like, aha, that kind of makes sense, So he was relatable and he connected. That's one thing I'll give him. Derek knows how to connect with the women, and he found like the vulnerable single women who, had gone through trials and tribulations, which that's everybody, and has something, some sort of negative experience with a guy. And he honed in on it and he packaged himself very, very, very well. And he knows how to eloquently convey himself and talk. And so it's been easy for women to listen to him and hear what he has to say, because it's kind of like, oh yeah, he's an appealing guy. And then he's good looking. I mean, he's not really my type, but he's like a good looking guy, and he seems like he got his shit together. So it's like, oh yeah, he's checking off boxes for a lot of people.
That's what it was. He was checking off boxes. He definitely fit the good guy persona. He was giving us good guy persona. And I think what really was the key to what he did and how he did it was that he never really gave too much of himself, if that made sense, which is why some people didn't even really know he was married. He never gave us too much of himself.
He damn sure did not.
off of him, he gave us this ideal of him. He was basically on his Scorpio shit. I should look up, see what his sign is. He was on his Scorpio shit. As a Scorpio, I can say that we can make you feel safe. We can make you feel comfortable. We can get all this information from you.
There's a claw coming.
Meanwhile, y'all don't know shit about us. Like, even every week I'm like, damn, Nia, you tell all your business. But low key, I ain't telling y'all shit that I don't give, like, I really care about. Like, it's nothing that is like me to the core. So I'm just like, I mean, am I really? But again, as a Scorpio, I know how to share stuff that makes you feel like you know me without actually knowing.
Now we need to look up his damn sign.
Look it up. So he's definitely like grade A, and I'll this is my dark Scorpio trait, grade A manipulation. Brought them in, got everybody comfortable, made everybody feel like, oh,
everything is cool.
Derek. He, you know, we haven't heard anything about him. Nothing bad can come about him, unless you were just one of those people that was just skeptical or just got that energy from him. Because there's other men. There's this guy on YouTube. I don't know who he is, but he does videos similar, coming and giving advice and like, okay, ladies, you know, 5 signs to show this or 5 signs to show that. And I've watched a couple of his videos before, but his energy he gives me is different. The energy Derek just gave me always was on.
Oh, are you talking about Stefan Lavoisier or something like that? He has dreads.
No, but I've seen him too.
Yeah, I like him. I like
his energy. I like his energy.
Yeah,
too.
I like his energy.
Different energy. I'm telling y'all vibes are real. Nice. I got intuition. Which takes me to my next little thing as we look up his birthday. Women, we are very much to blame to a certain degree. Well, not for him doing what the fuck he did. He's a fucking asshole for that. But for him being at the platform and at the level that he's on. Because we did trust him. Also, we like put him on this pedestal. And
we really did.
You know, taking his words, his advice just into consideration. It's like women was like just rooting for him. Like he just like to the degree, and I can say this because people have ended relationships based off of his advice.
Yeah.
People have began to set their standards and how they navigate in relationships just off his advice. Granted, like we said before, some of his advice is solid, but still, y'all don't know this man from Adam fucking Apples. Like, y'all don't know him. So when
people take advice from less, like
cheating on his damn wife, now you sitting here looking crazy, questioning some decisions that you've made because they weren't really made off of your own intuition and gut.
So the internet's, sorry to cut you off, the internet's are saying that his birthday is July 20th, and that makes him a Cancer.
Oh, he's a water sign. Same difference.
He's in his feels.
Yep. Picture. I could have caught it. We're fucking water signs. Fucking crazy. He crazy, y'all. He's crazy. Cancers are crazy too. Fun. Very jubilant, beautiful people. Crazy as hell. The man's crazy. Like,
yeah, there's an element of all of this that, and let me just take a step back and say, on this show, in the history of this show, we not as partners have never talked about any like current event hot topic prior to this. You know, I never discussed hot topic.
I prefer not to because the shit changes every day.
All the time. Yeah. And we just kind of, usually we don't touch on it. But this shit though. This is on
y'all, let me tell y'all how off the wall this dude is, y'all. Let me tell y'all how off the wall this dude is, because y'all know he responded to his own damn video talking in third person. Like, so some of you may know this guy.
He reviewed his own video like he normally does.
You're the cheater. You're you. That's you, crazy ass. That's your wife up there. Look like she don't want to be there. You're right. She looked like she don't want to fucking be there. Talk about after I watched the video after their lives, you can tell that she actually did one. No,
it looked like trepidation. Is
mentally ill. I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say. She's mentally ill. This motherfucker's mentally ill right along with her. And from what I have seen, low-key, this video might get flagged. He might pull our shit after this. From what I've seen, This motherfucker sound like he might be a sex addict. Now, if you come out and say that, Derek, if you come out and say, hey, I'm a sex addict and I have a problem, and that's why I keep cheating on my wife, or I was cheating on her this month, according to, I'm going to just say the YouTuber Tasha K, according to her, the YouTuber, you was just cheating a couple weeks ago, bruh.
Yeah.
Why are you talking
like,
about
we talking about March 18th. It's currently
March
today.
18th, bruh. You were just dick in the streets, just throwing them up, just out there throwing dick.
Not in the streets.
In the streets.
26. It was just last week, bro. It was just last week.
A couple weeks ago.
Slanging.
We talk about some. We dealt with that last year. Stop lying, yo. You're not gonna keep lying in our face.
And you know, we're partially like laughing this off, but it is a serious matter and it's crazy. But yeah, it's sad. And the fact that he is really, truly, you're right. Something is off. Something is very off. And he, at this point, is a habitual liar. And in the video, initially, when I saw it from him addressing it to the public, the video that he put out. So I hadn't heard anything and I hadn't seen anything until that video when I saw him again on Facebook, and I call it Bookface. I was on Bookface and the video popped up and I'm like, what are you talking about now? Because then I see the hand clench. The clenching of the hands is what caught my attention.
Girl, it was the clenching of the hand. Then he looked over her like,
right. Like, but it was like, it looked like
rehearsed.
And it looked intense the way he was clutching her hand. So I said, what is this? And then I listened and I'm like, nah, bro, nah. So then and that's my first video. Okay. So I hadn't heard anything from anyone. None of y'all told me nothing. Nobody had said anything. I hadn't seen the video. I hadn't heard nothing. My feed, right. My feed had not given anything away but that one video that came up. So unbeknownst to me, apparently this stuff had been coming out. Okay. So when I see this, I'm just like, oh, okay. Wow. That's a lot, you know, but then I'm just, face value. Okay. This is what you're saying. But I realized she didn't look very comfortable, did she? And then I was questioning why him being someone of the media, why he would allow his wife to like portray herself or show up like this. I was just like,
that's my same.
Come on. I mean, but there's a bigger issue here. You cheated. So her looks are like a secondary thing to me.
So I peeped the look. I peeped the bonnet. She like, it's a hat. I'm like, whatever, sis.
No,
but it's like you said, my thoughts were not so much the focus of the bonnet, but the focus of, as somebody who is constantly on social media, as somebody who
should know better on how to make a statement.
Yes. You know how cruel social media could be. You know that social media will drag you. You've been on here for years. You know how it goes. You've participated in the dragging of people.
Right. And you know that you're making a statement, sir. You're making a statement, a public statement.
Go viral.
Right.
Why not say, hey, babe, listen, I love you as you are. Don't get me wrong. And I'm going to support you no matter how you look. But for this situation at hand, can we just go ahead, take your bonnet off, get yourself, show them how fine you are. Because I'm about to show them I wouldn't cheat on look at my wife. My wife bad. I ain't cheating on that. I ain't gonna do that. Y'all got on here. You looking like you well preserved, trying to put on for the women per fucking usual. Because bitch, you could have came over here dusty. At this point, don't nobody want your photo street dick just swinging and hanging every damn where. You could have came on here dusty. You should have came on here looking a little bit more remorseful, but you ain't shit, so you're not remorseful. And then could have had her up on a pedestal. But she came on here looking like, you know what? I ain't even gonna get into this. I'm gonna
right, like she didn't care.
I ain't gonna
like she didn't care.
I'm gonna leave this alone. But you.
I'm just gonna say this. She came on there like she didn't care, right? Like, or maybe it wasn't even on the forefront of her mind. There are bigger issues, like I said.
Like, hey, I'm gonna need you to get up.
Right, like right now, let's do it right now. Like no preparation. I just need you to come and make the statement and do it right now. Like,
yes,
you didn't tell her, you didn't give her forewarning and enough time to get herself together.
We got to respond. I need you to come on and say something because this is getting out of control. We got to do damage control. That's what that video was, and that's what it looked like. You pull her out from whatever she was minding her business doing to come do damage control.
and then it just like, okay, you're saying these things, and again, watching it the first time as I watched it, I'm just like, okay, it seemed like he was saying what he needed to say, but it wasn't like he was sugarcoating it in that video. He wasn't. I feel like he lied, but he wasn't like he was being straightforward, like, I cheated, right? He actually said it, right? Which I felt like, okay, take ownership. That's good. And she supported him in the sense of like, oh, I know he's giving me a roll call of all the women he's been with, and there's nothing that will come up that I don't know about already. And I'm like, there's always
something. She didn't know he was slinging dick a week ago.
There's always something. There is always
I bet she didn't
something.
know that.
Okay. And not for nothing, now that we like have dived into this is what makes me feel like, and mind you, again, I'm married, right? This makes me
single ladies.
Okay. Single ladies. So this is what makes me feel like, if I'm being real, if I'm being honest, and if I'm being truthful and vulnerable here, it really makes me feel like I need to brace myself for whatever storm could possibly come. I told y'all, the girls that were at my bachelorette and whatnot, or I think I had a conversation about it. But in any case, before I got married, my cousins, my aunt, my mom, they all were having conversations with me like, okay, what to expect? What is a marriage? What does a marriage really look like? They were having these conversations with me, and they were bracing me for storms, meaning things that would come. And it's not necessarily just cheating or whatever. It can be life events that can cause turbulence in our relationship, that can rock our relationship. It could be anything. It could be a loss. It could be financial. It could be, health wise. It could be, just other forces, outside of just it being us, or it could be cheating. It could be even on my part. It could be me cheating on it could be anybody, anything, right?
Yeah.
And they were bracing me for this. And in the topic of infidelity, they were like, basically, Steph, nobody comes out of this without getting shit on them. Okay. It's a crapshoot. Okay. And at some point, you're going to get smeared with some shit. Now, is it big shit? Is it little shit? Is it big? Is it mild? There's levels to it. What do you consider cheating? There's also that. Like, is it flirtation? Is it, maybe just text? Is it you actually found something that shows there was a relationship? So there's levels to it, right? And they were just like, brace yourself, just know that things happen in a relationship, and you just have to deal with it as they come. And every situation is different, and we are not gonna, like them, they're not gonna know what all is happening, and I'm not gonna even necessarily know everything that is happening, but I just have to take into account the situation at hand when it comes, right?
Facts.
So me seeing this person who has presented himself to be the caliber of a guy that you would consider as like a good guy, an upstanding gentleman, a good citizen, right?
Yeah.
Who's not gonna be out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was holding people accountable. He was holding other men who had been doing wrong, who had been dogging other women. He was holding them accountable and letting them know, like, yo, y'all are fucked up, and you are fucked up, and really validating the women, because that's a thing that kind of makes him connect. It's like him validating, giving validation, like, yes, sis, you're right, he is a dog ass nigga or whatever, and he is awful for doing whatever he's doing. You can do better, right?
It's kind of unfortunate that he really did turn out to be ain't shit.
Yeah.
That's like low key the very unfortunate part about it, is because, like you said before, he had given some really good advice. Like, and I'm not gonna I'll say like there are men who I look at who are in relationships or married, like because you want to see good, especially Black happy marriages, healthy, ideally faithful
Yeah.
marriages. So find out that this guy who from the outside made this appearance of being a really good, decent man, especially a good, decent Black man, did that, like, yo, you fucked up for that. Like, you
Yeah.
really are fucked up for that. Like,
Yeah.
if you just gonna be ain't shit, just you could have honestly, I probably would have had more respect for him if he came out just turned out to be just an ain't shit nigga, but gave really good advice.
Yeah.
Hey, I be out here fucking off, but women,
But
let me tell y'all real quick,
right,
how to avoid
right.
a nigga like me. Like,
And he portrayed himself to be better than that. Like
exactly. That's
a
what the
higher
problem is.
caliber than
That
that.
is the
Like,
number one problem. You presented yourself to be better than that. Me and Steph come on here. We give advice. We give our thoughts, our opinions, because essentially that's what he was doing too, giving thoughts and opinion. But at the same time, the big difference is I'm never going to come on here and bash the next woman for whatever she chooses to do. I'm never going to come over here and bash somebody trying to make myself seem one up.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
did
Like,
that,
I'm better.
Mr. Man. And that's the problem we have. Like,
Yeah.
don't throw rocks and hide your hands. Like, you can't do that. And you can't be the pot calling the kettle black because your ass is you one and the same. You are the person you talked about. And I just want to say, y'all, women, intuition, we should have known something was wrong because he was giving too good a fucking advice. Because it takes one to know one.
To know one.
Period. Like, that's why the advice was so good. And I think that's why that's why I kept getting you ain't shit vibes from him. Like, you're not shit. Like, you're gonna get the best fucking advice from a motherfucker who's done it. Just like he said, the first time he been there, done that. The first time he did it. Yeah, because the first time your ass got caught, it wasn't the first time you did it either. Like, exactly. I do know why I can give you good advice because I'm gonna give you advice on my fucking experience. Hello. He's telling us what he's been through. Y'all. He's telling us what he's doing. Yeah. He knows because he's playing a game.
Yeah.
Ooh, he ain't shit, but he's really good.
To all of that, right? And and then now he is this, like, his wife was caught up in the middle, and I don't know, she's going through something. She's going through a lot, and
the girl is
there is broken. A religious aspect.
That woman is broken. That religious aspect is. I'm not gonna down talk Christians. I've talked to my Christian best friend, and I'm like, sis, she out here making y'all look bad. She was like, shut up. I said, listen, I'm gonna just say this. Like, I believe in higher power. I believe in God, but y'all, God, they need more than God level to fix that. Okay, she needs some deep healing, some self-love. Yeah, she needs, like, and I'm saying this not based off of just that video, but based off of the other, like, her page and the content that she's put out in the what's it called, under the captions, like long captions that she's put about obsession she's had of other women who she's idolized, who she thought was the ideal image of appealing. Like, there's so much.
There's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to unpack. And to me, she's talking. Yeah, she's talking
on more than her bonnet. Somebody's, a family member, a friend needs to come get her. And if her family is so deeply religious that they don't recognize that their daughter or whoever in her family, she needs help. Like, she needs somebody to come get her and really pour into that woman, because it's sad. It's really sad that she has become so broken. And it seems like, and this is just off of what we've gathered, that she wants to keep this man so deeply, so badly, that she is going through hell, basically.
So in the video with they're both, with the hands clenched. In that video, she says, she left. She completely removed herself from the situation. That's what she's saying. She completely removed herself from the situation, and they were separated for a period of time. And then only when she saw him changing, or what she thought him changing was, did she then come back, and now they're working through it, and there's nothing she's not aware of, right? But so
when you're a
she's saying
master
all of these
manipulator,
things.
when you're a master manipulator and you know what it takes to get somebody back, you're gonna do it. I work with kids.
You took the
every
words out of my
day.
mouth, right? You
Listen,
took the words out of my mouth, because I was gonna say that he's the type of person, he seems very manipulative. I mean, he knows how to talk to us, how to talk to women, and how to convey the message in a way that hits home, right? So really, if he knows what triggers you, he can hone in on that and lock in on that, and he will just put that out, right?
exactly.
And that's what
Oh, you
guys
know
do.
what?
Some guys, that's what they do. So if you
She's a
know,
religious woman. She's gonna want. Okay, I got to start reading my Bible. I'm
right,
gonna talk about some
right,
Bible
let's
scriptures.
paint
I'm gonna
that
go to a
picture.
couple Bible studies. I'm gonna talk to the
Exactly.
preacher. I'm gonna join the men's group, or maybe rejoin the men's group if he
Check
hasn't
these
been
boxes,
going.
and
I'm
she
gonna
will
go and
see.
sit down and get some advice from one of our friends that's married and they in the church too.
Yep.
I'm gonna hit
Yep.
all these boxes. I'm gonna
Yep.
be consistent, and she's gonna come back
Yep.
to me. And sure enough, that's what happened.
Yeah.
He's putting on the front. This
It's a
man
front.
is not the man. He is not the man that he is. Just go quick because he's gonna keep going. He is not the man that he is portraying himself to be to the world. Like, he is not that person at all. And I can say this because one of the mistresses was saying, like, the way he talks to her, she said that he had never talked to her about like
godly.
God.
Yeah.
Godly. He's not a godly man with her. He's talking about finance, money, businesses. He in his bag, basically. That's what he's on with her. That's the type of time he's giving her. So he peeped that she's an ambitious woman. He peeped that she's in her bag. So hey, this is the type of man that she want. I'm a chameleon.
She's
I'm
like a doctor or something, right?
She's a surgeon. Yeah. So he's like a chameleon. He's gonna match the energy, give her the same type of time. But what was really concerning, and which again is why I'm like, somebody needs to come get that woman out the house, because the mistress mentioned
that's what B said.
The mistress mentioned that he had mentioned being aggressive, with the mistress, and that he mentioned to her like, oh yeah, one time when she left, when the wife left, she said that I put my hands on her. So the mistress was like, oh, okay, side eye. And then she said he was being loud in her house one day, and she told him like, yeah, you got to go. You're doing too much. And he basically hemmed her up.
Oh, no.
It was like, I go when I feel like it.
Oh,
essentially.
No.
So it's like so the woman is like, if this is what he's doing to me, just imagine what he's doing to her.
Yeah.
In that house. And like the way he talks is like a very condescending, very mean, nasty, like talk down on you type of way. Like, oh, you look a mess. I'll talk to you when you get yourself together, fix yourself up. So knowing even more that if that's really the type of man that he is, and then he let her get on there, he was really trying to play on people's heartstrings on some, I love my wife as she is. That's what that was. I love her no matter what she looked like, no matter how she come on. He was trying to play that game with us. But in all reality, I'm positive he ain't with that shit.
Okay. Switching gears, right? Because have you ever been in a relationship where you felt like the person was saying one thing, but you were experiencing a completely different other situation, and you were starting to question yourself?
Like what, per se?
Like, maybe you're noticing things and you're seeing flags, but everything that you're seeing is being countered by some other justification, or no, you're tripping. It's not that. It's this.
So.
Or
yeah, I could say I've had situations like that. Yes. Where I'm like, you've been moving like this lately. This is not right. This is not normal. No, I don't know what you're talking about. You tripping and whoopty whoopty. Because again, women's intuition. I'm like,
exactly.
No,
why? Like, you notice certain things. Like, okay, normally you come home and you chill, and then all of a sudden you're coming home and you run into the shower all of a sudden. Like things like that.
Yes.
Like random things that would make you think like, or
something else you ain't got no business doing.
Okay, like that's an obvious. The run into the shower thing, that's like an obvious example. And it's like, okay, men men have ways, or people show you, who they are. We really as women have to take accountability too, to a certain degree. We have to take accountability for the things that we allow these men to do, and men, what you allow women to do in your lives, because this is not just one side. It's not just always men that cheat. Women
Yeah.
cheat too. Yeah, women cheat too. And so in each relationship, we have to take accountability for the things that we allow to go on. And each time you let like something go, you let something go pushed under the rug or overlook, and or you come up with an excuse for it in your own head, and you don't address it, that's
Yeah.
emboldening, whatever the word, however you say it, emboldening the person to be able to just continue and keep going and like, run amok. And
Essentially, because I feel
some
like you said, if you nipped it in the butt earlier on, it's either going to stop, or if you realize that it keeps going, then now you notice you have an issue, you have a problem here, and you got to address it. However, that needs to be remedied. But like you said, if it's not addressed, naturally the person gonna keep doing it. You let me do it.
exactly. And I was having this conversation with a friend with B, and she was saying how, like, yeah, we have to love ourselves more. We have
Yeah.
to put ourselves first more. We have to, you know what I mean, just like not necessarily always worry about the other person, and be accommodating, and cater to someone else. Like, what about us? What about how you're feeling, and what is affecting you, and how it's affecting you, like speak up,
Mm-hmm.
or put your foot down, or say something, like just do something that will keep you from continuing to fall into the cycle, because apparently in his case he had been doing this for a while, and supposedly she left, and then she now came back, and it's just like, okay, now all these other things. And I honestly don't know that she knows every single detail. I
She
don't
doesn't
know.
know every
I
single
don't know.
detail.
I wouldn't trust that, just like I wouldn't trust the fact that, like,
He told her
you
just
know
enough to
yeah,
make it feel like it was everything, but it was not, in fact, everything. Like,
because he's still lying.
he is
It
still
seems
lying,
like he's still
clearly. And then,
lying.
like we said, just this month, and then you gave the lady a gag order so you could stop her from talking, because you was like recently, like this is at this
Yeah.
moment. And then
Yeah.
it's like, it's just a mess. And like you said, we as women, we have to really stand up for ourselves in relationships, love us ourselves enough not to just deal with or accept any old thing. Like, like that. There's a meme that keeps going around, like, you're not gonna just treat me like I'm regular, because I don't even treat myself like I'm regular. Like, real talk,
Yeah.
we have to stop treating ourselves like we're regular.
And
Stop treating yourself like
we
you
have
just
to
any
stop
old body.
putting and we have to stop putting people on such high pedestals, like they're so perfect. Like, no one under the sun is perfect. Yes, I'm surprised by the caliber of the situation, like the magnitude of the situation, and how it transpired, and how it happened, and from him and whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh shoot. But deep down, I'm just like, he's just another guy. He's just another person. I'm surprised, because he was putting out such a huge front for such a long time, and like he's been in like a real deep denial of the things that he's
Mhm.
doing, because the same thing he was shaming other guys for doing, he was doing himself. And like you said, it takes one to know one, right?
Yep.
So that, I'm just like, oh, it's shocking, right? But are we really surprised? Are we
No.
really surprised? No, because everyone falls short in some way, shape, or form. And he has just fallen really short in this aspect in a way that really is damaging to him. And the crazy part is, you know what? He's going to continue to sell books. He's going to continue to have a following. He's going to survive this, because he knows how to brand himself. Like, he knows how to package himself. And I don't feel like it's going to hit him. He might stumble, and like it's a big thing
But
right now.
he's gonna lose probably a big bag. I mean, I hope he loses. I
Maybe
hope he loses that
sponsorships,
he
but
be
I doubt
gangbanging.
it because people like that. It's all in the realm of the conversation that he's been having. It's about relationships. So who
True.
else to come back and say, write another book and say how I came back from such a tragic event. Infidelity was my, you know what I mean? Like healing.
I
I
hate
guess
this
the book
planet.
now is
That's the
healing.
problem. I hate this planet because, like, the fact that he can come back from that is so trash.
He
Like, the fact
is. He's
he
going
gonna
to
keep
come
making
back
money
from
is
it.
trash. Like, y'all gotta wake up, bro. Y'all gotta stop being sheeps. And in this case, be nosy, but not nosy enough to buy his shit. Fuck all that. Somebody buy his shit and start selling it on the bootleg man on the corner or something. Like, we not
Make
gonna do this.
copies.
Like, we gotta stop this.
Okay, we're not gonna promote like
No, we're not. Like, don't go buy that shit. Like,
felonies.
y'all gotta stop this shit because people gonna keep doing that. And that at the root of it all is two people that need fucking therapy and some help,
Yeah.
and maybe even for him a fucking facility because he got an addiction, something wrong with him, like medication, possibly. I don't know, but we have to stop this. Like, we black people, black women, black couples, black whoever is following him, y'all gotta stop because this is a problem. Like, dude is literally like fucking up this woman right now for
Yeah.
his own.
Because she's the
It's
victim
like
in
he's
all of
doing it.
this. And I say, we need to take accountability for the part that we play in allowing people to walk all over us or do certain things to us and all of that jazz, right? But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, yes, she is still the victim here. And people are like going in on her in so many different ways. And
I
some
mean,
of
there's
it is
no
like, yeah,
easy way to
like I
go in
get it.
target the woman. Sadly, I get it, but
Yeah,
it's
I
like at some point, women, especially black women, y'all, and I'm finna get on a little soapbox. Like, I get it. It is funny, ha ha, he he. They put wigs on her head, but at some point, we also have to stop being a problem and stop tearing ourselves down and tearing each other down because we'll be the same one in the same breath saying protect black women, and this is most definitely a protect black women moment right here and right now. This shit is ridiculous. It's unacceptable the way he treated her, the way that people are even responding to her and dragging her over a fucking bonnet. Fuck the bonnet. Sis need help, like
it's
dead ass
bigger
right
than
now. Like,
right.
this is
It's bigger
bigger
than
than
that.
the fucking bonnet. This is a woman that's clearly not even realizing it, crying out for help. Sis skin is roughed out.
Yeah.
That's period. That's stress. She's stressed the fuck out. And there's
She is.
kids in that home who are also witnessing this trauma and who knows what else. Like, just to get on a deeper note, like, this is concerning. And as a culture, we are laughing, making memes, and like you said, still gonna buy his fucking books. That's crazy. This is
Yeah.
wild. What a
Yeah,
time to be
because there are
alive.
gonna be people that are gonna say, "Oh, but he apologized and he's like turned his life on to God and he's doing better and he's trying to do better. He's trying to correct himself." And the same thing we just said, like, "Hey, nobody's perfect, right?
No.
Everybody makes mistakes. You've made mistakes. Why can't
Mhm.
he be forgiven either?"
And I
So there's
saw
all
that.
of that.
I saw somebody even say like, "Oh, we not canceling Kirk, or are we gonna give Kirk the same grace, or give Derek the same grace we gave Kirk?" And I personally said, "Fuck both of them." I said what I said. I'm not giving grace to fuck them both. Fuck them both. I said what I said. I
Oh
don't
no,
care.
not both
Like,
of them.
fuck both of them because no, you out here cussing your
Oh
damn son
Jesus.
out, which is fucking damaging. I don't care what your son said. Choose the higher road. Be a grown ass man. And then this motherfucker is just the king of infidelity.
I
Like,
don't know, because if my daughter or my son come out their face talking like how his
this
son
is the
was
thing. At
talking,
the same time,
ooh
instead of me
wee,
cussing you out and getting to that point, I'm not gonna deal with your ass. Oh, you gonna feel that hurt for
ooh,
real, for real. You gonna feel this is your cuss out because you're not gonna get me out of character and play me like you just sat here and did. Okay, so you're not gonna get me out of character. New number, disconnect. Bye. Who is this? Block, block that ass.
no
I get
fun,
it. I get it. You know, everybody has
no
their limits,
help.
so I'm not mad at him.
Yeah,
But
everybody
at
reacts
the same
different
time,
until
you're not gonna hear me being like, "Oh my gosh, bumping some Kirk." I'm not. That's not gonna do it. It's just okay.
everybody has a lot to say until they end up in that
In
situation, and
that
it's just like,
situation, and that's
okay,
it.
shit
And
get
that's it.
real,
Hold
and
them
then
both
it's
to
gonna be like,
task.
how are you gonna react? How are you gonna behave? How are you going to be feeling about the situation when you're going through it yourself? So
Exactly.
think about that, everybody, as you're
Making your
criticizing
decision.
and analyzing the situation. And like that goes for us too here. Like,
Mhm.
I'm I've sat here and thought about the situation, like, okay, wow, and I won't. I will say this: I didn't put myself in his shoes. Like,
I
what?
put myself in her shoes.
I put myself in her shoes. In his shoes, I didn't put myself in his shoes because
I
he was doing all the dirt.
be in his
Okay,
shoes.
like
He was just out of order.
He deserves low key. He deserves everything he gets, and every stumble, every fall,
somebody needs to slide him a smooth ass fade. Just that's what he needs. He needs like what's wrong with you?
Like, get it together, guy. Get it together.
Who
together.
does that? Bruh,
So I saw that he got Donkey of the Day, and Uncle Charlotte, shout outs to Uncle Charlotte, another reformed cheater, might I add. Okay.
Okay.
He's a reformed cheater. But in this case, I'll give him a shout out because he really, really went in on him and like really like made some valid points, right? Just about like the whole situation and the character. And like you say here in our face and you portray to be somebody that you really, really, really were not, right? And this is the thing, like with people that put themselves out there in the public eye. You characterize yourself or you create this persona, right? Mm-hmm. And you have no room, like you leave no room for error, no room for growth. And it's like, how you're doing a disservice to yourself, because the way that he handles things or the way that he would just critique people is really like talking down, right? Or
very much so people. Better than now.
Very much so, right? But then that like leaves no error for him to be in any way associated with any of those things, which are, it's normal, it's natural, like to maybe possibly stray. Not that it's okay, but it happens, right? It happens for different reasons, different situations. Right. But it's like he gave himself like no room for grace. And it's like, we have to be mindful that, you want to portray yourself to be somebody, or you want to talk about certain things, but remember, you're human too. So by the same token, you're judging these people. Remember, like, you can also be judged by those same words in that same way.
And you said, just to double back, so you said you put yourself in her shoes. What would you do if you were her? What would be your response?
This is too much. Again, like, I feel like she's in a different mental state at this point. And I feel like she's stressed. She is possibly, influenced religiously in a way that is skewing her views. Yeah. I kind of feel like that is the case too, because now it's
like the word has been used in a form of manipulation as well, unfortunately, because like I said, I'm not going to knock anybody's views, but I feel like right now it's being used more in a way to hurt her rather than it is to uplift her and build her up as a person, which is what it's supposed to be for, but that's not what is happening right now.
And religion has done that for a long time, right? Like, well, you're married, you're a Christian woman, you need to stick by your man, you need to stick by your wife. Meanwhile, they're over here maybe being physically abusive to you, verbally abusive to you, manipulating you, like mentally damaging, like just ruining your whole life. And instead of saying, okay, it's okay for you to remove yourself from this situation. Like, because you're a Christian woman, you need to stick by your man. When you took those vows, it was till death do us part. You know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, nah, that I'm sorry, but that's not my ministry. That's not, I feel like, yes, till death do us part, I will try to stick to my man to the best of my ability. But in the moment where I feel like now this relationship is detrimental to my health and it's not serving me anymore, I will gladly walk away. Yeah. Okay. And it will be difficult, or depending on the circumstances, it might be easy, but I will choose to be healthy. And especially if I have kids and I feel like it's a relationship that is like deteriorating me, me and my kids will be out. We will be out. Bye. Deuces. Peace. For her though, like this situation again, I don't know the whole extent because I'm not in her actual position, but based on the information that I know and see and based on what I'm looking at right now, which I don't know everything, but based on what I'm looking at right now, I don't know that I would stay. I really don't know that I would stay. There's nothing that I see that would hold, and we forget, we're not even talking about the love. We're not even talking about the emotional attachment that this woman has to him, right? And he's the father of her. They have kids together, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's the assumption. We've never seen the kids. I mean, at this point, these motherfuckers might be faking kids. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying. Right. They might be on some real sick and twisted shit, bro. I don't fucking know. I'm not putting nothing past them. They don't even have kids. That's what I'm saying.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Kids don't
that's the new story. This just in. They don't even have kids.
They don't even have kids. They just playing on our emotions. It's a sick game of manipulation, bro.
Well, he now is having supposedly got the other girl pregnant, and it's just a disaster. It's a hot mess express. Okay,
yeah, that's what it was. Pregnant.
And I would not. I would not be able to.
At this point,
I'm not doing no video, bro. I'm not doing a video with you. I'm not gonna come on camera with you. I'm not gonna tolerate any of this nonsense. Okay,
I'm gonna be locked up in whatever county jail that we live in. I'm gonna just let you know that right now, because like I said last week or 2 weeks ago,
shoot 'em up, bang bang.
Listen, last week that was. I know I said I won't I don't let people get me to that state of anger anymore. I walk out, I'll leave. But listen well, future husband. If you are out there, listen good. Come closer, sweetheart. Listen to me.
Hear me. Hear me.
Ever have me out here looking crazy like that, y'all might get the bail money ready. My best friend already said, I'm gonna just go be on my way to come get you because you're gonna go to jail. Like, I'm gonna go to jail because that's like some next level hurt.
That is.
Like, you had this
that is
in your house.
That is.
You had one of the women in your house. The one, the doctor, she's never been to his house. She said that I've never been
she said that.
To me. But the other one, the little messy one, at least because there's been 3 that came out. I only listened to 2.
And why are you in this lady's house?
Was in her house, in her bed. You would let this bitch
ride it.
Bed? This bitch saw my wigs. I usually say don't kick it to the woman, but at this point, I'm gonna fuck him up, and then I'm gonna fly to Florida and fuck you up too. I'm going to jail because y'all fucking played. You played in my face, like the.
So we gotta get the money together. We gotta get it together. We gotta bring some clothes, some underwear, some socks for you.
Together, because I'm going to jail, y'all. I'm gonna be looking straight like Left Eye. I did it, and I'll do it again.
And I'll do it again. Yeah, that was me.
That was me.
That was me. And
Judge, he tried to fuck out of me.
He tried it. He tried it.
He thought he had the right one.
I said what I said, and I did what I did.
Me, and again, I have a different background from her, but at that point, bro, he went too far. You crossed the line, yo. Like that is so disrespectful. That's so hurtful. Like, and that's what it would be. It would be hurt. I would be so hurt.
It would be hurt.
You couldn't have come.
My whole soul will be hurt. Yeah.
You couldn't have said something to me. If you didn't want to be with me no more, you could have just said that shit. If you just wanted to fake the funk for your image and the bill shit, we can fake the funk together. But at least we know what the hell is going on. Don't have me out here in the dark. One thing, men, and like my homeboy, which I'm so excited, y'all, because Cash is gonna be on here next week. But Cash was like said this before. Like, one thing you don't do, one thing a man never does, is never, ever, ever give another woman the power to feel like she has something over your
wife.
Y'all gonna love Cash
over your wife.
Never,
like,
ever give another woman the power to feel like she has something over your wife.
But I don't think niggas get that.
Like,
I don't think guys get that.
That is the ultimate hurt that you can do to your wife, your girlfriend that you want to be your future wife. Any woman that you're dealing with her seriously, Never give another woman that, because that right there, that's what gives us that point of like red. That's when we see red. That's when you've hurt us, because it's like,
But
I
guys don't
trust
think
you.
that.
I
Guys
trust you to
don't
be
know.
my partner.
Yeah.
I will never let another man have you out here looking stupid. I wouldn't do it. That's respect. It's trust. Okay. Like, that's deep. Y'all don't get it. Y'all, you're right. The men don't get it. We're trying to tell you that right there is the number one rule.
They don't understand. They don't get
Don't
it.
be real. Man,
They don't get it.
I'm telling y'all.
They're still gonna be out here hiding shit. They're still gonna be out here trying to not to tell us nothing, trying to make sure we don't hear or know or find out. They're not gonna loop us in any way, shape, or form. They're not trying to do nothing.
It was a lot. I genuinely feel like, the bottom line is that we as women need to trust our intuition. We cannot be so quick to put people on a pedestal. We have to come and take advice from a logical perspective. Because I think if people would have looked at this more logically, we would have been able to see through Derek Jackson a little bit better, possibly. Like, why is he able to give advice so well? What do we really know about this man? Where is your wife? Are you asking those deeper questions? And then I just think, like, my biggest takeaway from this is like, yes, it's all ha ha he, this is crazy, but deeper than that, like, this is a huge lesson on, as well as like for women, just loving ourselves, not tolerating certain BS, but really like upping ourselves, loving ourselves as well, so that we can nip those red flags in the butt before it becomes deeper and bigger. And then when we truly love ourselves and treat ourselves with love and respect and gentleness, and that's all we tolerate and allow, we can kind of block some men like him from coming along our path. So
I think that there's my biggest takeaway. There's all types of guys. Okay, they'll come, they'll go. Then some are good, some are better than others, and they're not all men are bad. Not all men are going to cheat. But all men are going to fall in some way or stumble or trip, or there's no one is perfect. No one under the sun is perfect. Women too. Okay, so we have to allow ourselves and give ourselves some grace and some leeway, right?
yes.
To be able to not present ourselves to be so perfect, because we're not perfect. Ain't nobody out here perfect, and we shouldn't hold other people in such a high pedestal, high standard, right? Like, it's in hindsight, like, now we can, oh yeah, we should have known, because how is he giving all this great advice if only it takes one to know one, right? Type thing. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know what, you are the one that needs to be able to stand within yourself and say, I'm okay with everything that I've done here in this relationship.
Yep.
And I feel okay that I've allowed these things to go and pass. And at the point where you stop feeling like that, then you need to walk away and have the strength to walk away. And put yourself first and allow yourself to feel loved, right? And it's hard because emotions get caught up, and you care about somebody, you want to be there for that person, you want that person to be there for you. But we need to love ourselves first. Like, start putting yourself first. Start thinking about your feelings and what makes you feel good. And when you start doing that, when someone comes along and is not making you feel good, you will walk away from that situation. It'll be easier for you to remove yourself from those situations. And that's the accountability part, is like putting yourself first enough to not on some selfish shit, but like, on some selfish shit, because no one else is going to take care of you better than you can take care of yourself, because you're experiencing the feelings that you're feeling. You know what's going through your mind. You know what you like and don't like, and everybody's different. What works for me doesn't work for Nia. What works for Nia doesn't necessarily always work for me. So it's like, be who you are, stand in your shit, and own it, man, and own it. Own the good and the bad, your perfections and your imperfections, because somebody out there is gonna actually love your imperfections.
Yeah, and I think like just talking about that, if old boy really do got a problem, not giving him a pass, but if you would have just came up straightforward and just been, this is who you are, if you would have owned your own shit instead of playing on people, this might not even be going this way. Who knows where it could have gone? But that also comes in people stepping in their truth and stepping in who they are really, being
And he's still lying. That's the part that
that's the thing. You're
he's
still over
lying.
here playing us like you're not just being yourself. So
you're conning us. You're still conning us. You're legit conning. You're a con man.
He's a con man. So yeah,
Con Man Jackson. That's what we're gonna call him.
That's what we're gonna call him. Con Man Jackson.
But yeah, guys. This episode was like a different one. It was. I hate that we had to like dive deep. I don't hate it, but it's kind of like it's inevitable. It was inevitable. We had so much to say. There's still so much that I wanted to like get into, but so many angles, so many levels to this, right?
And I think
so much to unpack, and
it's a lot. But I think there's a lot of, like we said, there's things to be learned, and there's things.
There are lessons to be learned,
and I feel like as long as we can learn from it and we can use it, we
can all grow
from it. That's how we gonna look at it. And I nothing for him. I ain't got nothing for him. Just.
Yeah. And all you religious people out there throwing stones at this lady, if you are throwing stones at this lady, shame on you, okay? Because you should be praying for her, because she really does need prayer, like real good prayer, true prayer, not on some, oh, I'm gonna pray for her and then not say anything.
Nah,
like
this need a prayer circle.
This is
y'all going.
Like
rooms,
she,
all that.
I really do feel like she is in the weeds, like when you're in a position where you can't see the forest from the trees, like you're just like you're cluttered, your views of reality are skewed on a whole nother level. Like that's where I think she may be in. And that's due to his manipulation possibly, and the way that he's been handling her, because I feel like he is a good handler of women. Okay, he knows how to talk and he knows how to connect and hone in on your weaknesses and just like capitalize off of that. So be leery of con man Jacksons in each of y'all lives out there, people, and make sure you ain't got nobody like that around you. Go ahead and purge them right now. Get them out your life. And so on that note, you can follow us on the GrownupIsh Podcast. The GrownupIsh is on Twitter. The GrownupIsh Pod is the website. Okay, like, subscribe, follow, share, review.
Y'all thoughts and opinions. Slide in our DMs and tell us.
Slide in them DMs, guys.
This episode in the situation at hand. Do you have a story to share for us? Because we would definitely talk about that as well.
Yeah. And I'm sure this is the conversation in everybody's chat groups and text groups and whatever, like with y'all friends and stuff. So, we want to hear if you had a similar situation or another situation. Just hit us up. Let us know. We would love to hear all about it. And so, that's the episode, guys. We will see y'all next week. All right. Bye.
Bye.